Long ago, there was a flying city known as Neulra, a city filled with a bunch of magic, be it users, artifacts, and weapons alike. The city was headed by a council containing 3 members of each class. However, one of those council members, a witch, sought the power of the gods, a ritual that would siphon a lot of energy and magic. Oh, wait. Dang it.
You dang it, typoed himself.
I see you typing. Go away.
Yes. She used a ritual that would siphon a lot of energy and magic from the city. She was foiled, however, by other council members. But they were a little too late. Some of the ritual was already done, and the goddess of death already had 1 foot out the door. So she decided to transfer some of her power to the witch's daughter, a fellow spellcaster named Chrissy, who you might know and shall be known as Chrissy.
Hold on. You said Chrissy. It was supposed to be Christina Chrissy.
Yes.
Hey, he's paraphrasing. You leave this man alone.
No, he said the same thing.
Christina.
Did he not say he was paraphrasing at the
Yeah,
beginning
but
of
he
this?
can't say Chrissy, better known as Chrissy.
Yeah.
I show speed.
Christina, then to Chrissy.
I am John
Both of you
Cena.
with my
Would
nipples.
you like to restart
John Cena.
since we just
No,
started?
we are keeping this in.
This is why I
Cold-
suggested a
Yeah.
rehearsal.
Cold read to show further how stupid we are.
And dyslexic.
You better have fun tonight.
So is another person at this table.
God damn it.
Shut the fuck up. You
Shut
didn't
the
hear
fuck, we
shit.
don't need extras in this.
Alrighty.
Sorry, where are we? Can you put your cursor where we are?
The city was...
No. The city was then attacked by creatures from the goddess's realm, and the city started to fall.
Fucking stop.
Um,
You're gonna have to do a lot of cutting, Trevin. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. Some people from the city were able to escape, but most didn't survive. The city hit the earth, but it wasn't the end of the story. The magic in the city spread across the land, and the rubble and ruins were found by a group of 5 adventurers. They built and founded a city that turned into a kingdom. That kingdom was Neulra.
Which brings the story to us. I'm Layla Gray, a member of the Royal Witch family, training under the current Archmagus, my Aunt Ashra. My family was helping prep the protection runes and sigils for the masquerade ball later tonight, when I was approached by the head general Tarvor to escort one of his soldiers to my hometown of Ramid to pick someone up.
And that soldier was me, Barthen, Tarver's right-hand man on assignment from the king himself to pick this person up.
Yeah, hi, that's me. Ashen. I was just minding my own business, and I was getting the suit fitted and trimmed up by my little Nothic buddy, Stevie.
And I made you look great.
But, king means a lot, so if he's calling, I gotta go.
Anyways, we eventually get to the ball after bickering with the soldier and run into many other council members and their students.
One of those students being me, Yarman the Ergenasi, apprentice of Percy.
Pepe.
Pere.
Yay!
Pere.
That's my dyslexia for it.
That looks like a C. That is a C.
If only we did it live! Now it's a short.
Sometimes he's referred to as Pierre, because names are hard.
Names are
Credo.
hard.
Very.
And Dewey, a Water Genasi paladin that was played by our friend Bailey at the time.
Another person at the ball was a man with neon blue hair and a plague doctor mask with telepathic abilities. A mysterious fellow who left nothing but more questions when asked about. I'm gonna hit the other players.
The king, who I saw earlier that day, was not there yet, but his wife, which was a baddie, and his daughter, Cassandra, also a baddie, were there. And the first waltz was about to start.
Which made us a little nervous, as we know He never misses the first wall, but the door was barging open. Zatara, a high scout, gave the place the news that we all feared to hear.
The king is dead.
The crowd went into a frenzy. The crowd went into a frenzy. The crowd went into a frenzy.
Did you spill it? Is it okay?
It was just a little drop.
Most of it's on my toe, but
I didn't realize that was his line. I thought he was freaking the fuck out for no reason.
I love that we're doing this as a cold read.
Okay, continue.
The king. Buzz, Zach's face. I bumped my drink. Zach said, "Bunk."
The king! What happened? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. The crowd went into a frenzy. The ball was dismissed as I helped control the panic. An emergency council meeting was called, and I was invited to it as well as some other student guests.
A task force made out of students and other non-council members, including myself, Yarman, Layla, Barthen, and Dewey, were put in charge of serving the murder of our king. Solving.
Along with solving the murder of our king, the first thing we had to come to was the investigation. I asked Zetra, is that right?
Is that right? Yeah.
Zetra about the man in the plague mask. He revealed that his name is Kyson. He gave us a list of people that visited the king constantly and actually had seen him that day before his death. The list included the queen, Tarvor, Pere, and my aunt Ashra.
Cool, because your aunt invited us all to that dinner tonight.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But first, we gotta go fight that were-rat that has a device similar to the one that allows my pet rat to speak.
Jeez, there's the goat.
That bumps Pere up into the suspect list, but we still had to question my aunt about her conversation with the king. She had told us that she was talking about training the princess, but was denied by the king. This upset her because she saw the extreme magic potential that she had and would have loved to teach her despite having me as a part-time student. 3 other full-time students and 2 guards also being part-time students since she loves a lot of people and a lot of power.
Man,
And a lot of part-time students, apparently.
the vibes were off. We had to skedaddle.
The vibes were off.
We had to skedaddle.
We had to skedaddle. Skoden!
On point, as we were heading back, I hear Tyson's voice in my head telling me to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I was confused until the 2 half-orc guards escorting us tried to jump our shit.
Skoden!
We defended ourselves, but were shaken up by the fact that she tried to kill us. The next day, we visited again and found a letter that told us she left the country. And
She's a Skoden!
and explained her innocence, which we don't believe.
She's a flight risk.
She definitely said Skoden. We done for.
After that, we decided to investigate Perry's office and lab. That maybe look over some of his notes and to get some clues. Clues are always good. We found him asleep on top of his desk with overflowing with notes, which I crept over to steal from.
Oh.
He almost executed me in his.
Skoden.
Stop saying it.
He almost executed me in his grogginess, then realized it was just me, his student. As I secretly put the papers away in my coat pocket, he puts the gun away, and we had a short conversation about Layla.
No, just a short conversation.
Yeah, it was just a short conversation.
Skoden.
It happens to tell us to Skoden.
No, that's let's go then! Skoden is saying, let's go then.
Yeah. Skoden to the capital square with Layla.
That the reason I said we should skadoodle to the capital square is because a certain man, which I will not speak of, named Kyson, hummed a tune in my head and told me to find a person in town square. We found someone playing that tune and it turned out to be a friend of Dewey's.
No,
Why? He told us that someone wanted to meet with us at the pond near Dewey's house, but our trek was interrupted by a werewolf with another thing on his head.
With the appearance of the werewolf and the research from the notes that I stole, confirmed Perry being our number one suspect and the perpetrator. But we needed to visit this person at the pond first.
Myself and Dewey were apprehensive about this person, and we tried to approach slowly in case he's a bitch.
And because I apparently have emotional outbursts this whole time, I put a firewall in the way so I could talk to Kyson alone. He was also attractive, so.
Fair enough. He was attractive as hell. I wish
He
I
was
got
attractive as hell.
Attractive AF.
Slow burn, baby.
Slow burn, baby. Like
tells-
the clap.
He tells you about the order he's in and that he's tied to the gods of chaos that y'all found out about in the notes and the ley lines that are mentioned in those notes as well. He says that Perret is trifling with things that haven't been touched upon for a long time. He takes off his mask and says that you will play an important part in the events not only for Neulra but the structure of magic as a whole. After the steam you created clears, Kyson disappears and another man who Dewey met, a shapeshifter simply known as Omen, tells you that things are about to get a lot more dangerous.
The next
dare
day,
you.
it was time to confront the man who taught me everything and assisted in my raising.
Well, we know he has his goons, so we have to take care of them. And amongst them were Werepolar Bear, three sisters of Ashra,
Nope.
3 sister students of Ashra, and everyone's favorite, phase spiders.
Fucking face spiders!
Arachnophobia teleportation, yo. Hey, yo. Touch my armpit toe.
After defeating these said foes and Phase Spider, Kyson visits us one last time in the room before the underground lab confrontation with Perret. He warns us that by entering this room, we will change the course of history forever.
And with that warning, you all entered the lab.
And after a much, much brutal fight of multiple shenanigans, I killed my teacher and my
And
father.
his father.
Damn, his
Dead
only
dad.
parental
Orphan!
Orphan!
I
Orphan!
orphaned myself for
Yeah.
plot.
Wow.
But with his final breath, he pulled the lever of his machine, and with a flash, he was gone. And so was the machine as it went boom.
As we report to the royal court and guards on the upper level of the very fantastically built building. I love architecture. Get a medical
Get
attention.
medical
Ooh,
attention.
That sentence really
Sorry,
kicked your
stop.
ass.
Pause. Clip this, chat. We report to the royal court and guards on the upper level about our findings and get medical attention for us and the people in the lower levels who we happen to save.
One of them did die.
Hey, we still saved them. Not the person who died. That person who died was running in the afterlife.
Okay.
Running builds character.
With missing positions in the council, Yarman and I get promoted after the events of the investigation. Him as the head artificer and myself as the Archmagus. Kyson visits me to congratulate me on becoming Archmagus. That night, I receive a vision that tells me the ley lines have freaking left, shattered, gone, busted, broken. This will continue, by the way. And then I
Gonzo.
need to seek out certain beings.
The next morning, Kyson breaks down your door with a child in his arms.
You somehow impregnated him, Melissa.
No, it's
I'm
his
not
kid,
gonna
I
burn.
swear!
You take care of the child and find out her name is Allie, and that she is a young but seemingly powerful spellcaster that doesn't know how to control her powers yet, and still has surges every now and then.
And the voices from last night say she's now my responsibility and I must protect her.
Of course, Archimagus, soon to be.
A council meeting was called by the Queen, and many things were added to the agenda because of circumstances.
A child.
Kinda. The immediate thing taken care of was the announcement that the princess had gone missing.
My girl! They got my girl! Ah, you shut up. You're in love with a fucking mask.
Hell yeah, I am.
A mask with a dick.
A hot mask.
With a dick.
Alyssa and Kyson sitting, Layla and Kyson sitting in a tree. Kissin.
Show me that dick.
What?
I'll give you the ick. Then I'll say, butt my shit.
Please stop.
All right,
You
that's
got no
getting
bars.
cut.
Anyways,
Yeah.
the queen then acknowledged Allie and Layla and explained, and you explained that you were taking Allie on as your first student.
Yay.
The next was the introduction of some guests invited over to investigate the effects of Perry's machine, most from foreign lands, but one member was a local, and even the former Archmagus herself, Ashra, with a new masked student named Leslie. The foreigners included a woman with elvish features named Vanessa, a man and his daughter Ethica, who had a strange aura to her, and a fey woman named Daisy.
Now, we decided to divide and conquer. We all had personal meetings with some of the guests, and then we asked Layla what the deal is with Allie. Some brought up the point of giving her something to prevent surges, like the one she had in the middle of the meeting.
Which we did not mention, apparently.
True that.
Doesn't she sneeze fire like every other scene?
No one ever
I think so.
mentions the
We'll
important
go with
things
she's
in
sneezing
life.
fire like every other scene.
Tyson passed out in that meeting because of her surge.
I
Lore drop.
forgot about that.
Thankfully, I helped build a device to keep her from surging as
See,
much.
Act 2 is where most of my notes are considered.
Yeah.
Act 1 was
I
like...
trimmed down Act 2 a lot.
Act 1 was all memory.
Yeah.
Aha! But the voices in my head said, you shouldn't do that.
Now, we're a little apprehensive and on the edge. Some of us may be drinking daily. So we decided to have a little party and meeting, and Dewey, our water boy, had acquired a magic tent which we could all meet in the night. Now notice, I've had
But,
about 3 pints.
You know, we can't have nice shit at all because we had a visitor. We thought it was going to be nice, but nah. Vanessa turns out to be a vampire and kind of tried to kill us. So, we got her ass.
And
Ascot
Put a
got.
cap. in that
without
ass.
surprise, Allie surges again. And that night, I had a vision where the 4 gods of chaos finally show themselves instead of just being voices. Because of all this information, I decided to have a conversation with my aunt, and she decided to have the entire party over for lunch, along with her new student and a surprise visit from my grandmother, the Witch Queen.
And
Scary name.
there
MCAs.
something was suspect. There's no guards around, and we are very close to royalty. And with a noble living there and notable guests, it's kind of fishy, isn't it?
And the conversation turned into me getting berated with more questions than I was getting answers, which caused me to get angry, kind of panic, and I may have overreacted a little bit. And I released a surge of magic that tied to the gods of chaos, which, big explosion of sorts, and I got very inquisitive looks from everyone. And in a panic, I cast darkness, grabbed the child, and I ran.
Surprisingly, Leslie was the first to give chase, but was caught by someone. And to even more surprise, it was one of the 3 sisters that was the one that didn't survive the fight in the lower levels. The Necromancer, who was now a young witch, attacked her, pinned her against the wall, and ripped the mask off of Leslie. She then went on the offensive with everyone else that showed up, and you were able to defeat her swiftly and assess the damage. And by swiftly, I mean she didn't even get a turn in combat.
Wait,
That's what happened when you let a min-maxer become an artificer.
Leslie is the lost Princess Cassandra? I thought I seen that picture everywhere around town. What does this mean?
But all of a sudden, she was teleported away. I started looking for traces of magical residue or any kind of clues.
He's nerding
I
out.
found that Ashra and the Witch Queen had opened a portal to the Fey realm, and they were trying to bring Cassandra with them. We engaged, losing battle, obviously, powerful Fey and spellcasters, so we weren't built for it.
With how much fire and damage we were taking, I knew it was going to be an uphill battle. So I tried to negotiate a binding spell deal where they would leave, and if I follow, I die.
Those were your exact words.
Those were my words. As we tried to make the deal, a surge of magic from the Chaos Gods prevented the deal and produced a weapon that helped even the playing fields.
Exhausted, dazed, bruised, battered, tattered, confused. Once Ashra and the Witch Queen finally seemed to go down, Daisy appeared out of the portal and tried to take both Allie and the newfound Princess Cassandra through it. With the help of Dewey being controlled by her nature magic,
I was too exhausted to make a good effort to try and stop her, but the gods of chaos wanted me to protect Allie. Explaining my weakened state, they decided to step in and enhance my magic, and we were able to defeat Daisy. I don't have a recollection of who the fuck Daisy is, by the way.
I mean, it was a while ago, so it makes sense.
The fairy.
Oh! The Fey Fairy!
Yeah, while you were messing with the fairy and everything like that, I also had quite the near-death experience there. Had a vision of Perry.
This is where you died.
Yeah, this is where I died and had a vision of my dead father in the afterlife. Like the Dumbledore train scene.
Who woke you up by shooting you in the head.
Yeah, so he actually did
So
finally hit me with that
great
execution
condescending
move.
lines.
He tried to in the
What'd you say?
You said
past.
so many. You get great condescending.
Mm-hmm. But we were decided to return back to base because we couldn't really do much. You know, we didn't bring Cassandra home.
No, we did.
Oh, we did?
We brought Cassandra home. We decided to collect ourselves and bring the princess home.
Come on. Weren't you there or not?
It's so many shit that's happened.
Throat punch him. You do that in character.
Throw a punch! You're not running. Builds character.
However, you know, like I said earlier, we can't have nice shit. Because as soon as we approached, guards were running, clerics, doctors, everything was in chaos.
And after reuniting and being able to see her daughter one last time, the queen succumbs to age and illness and passes away.
We brushed over the
She
fact
should have
that
been a
she
level
was
20 druid.
dying due to heartbreak.
The kingdom now suffers major shifts. Returning home minutes ago, Cassandra has prepared to be crowned queen. Goodness gracious, this is happening so fast.
And as people have lost friends, family, and role models because of these tragic events, things still had to go on. We had to attend the funeral. And then after that, the coronation the same day.
It was seldom and somber, but of course, weird shit always happens to us. As my pet rat and myself noticed that Ethica was... her vibes were off.
You with the vibes is so good.
And
Oh my
had a
God.
strange magical aura with... it seemed to be damaging her and like actually giving her pain. Her and her father ran somewhere private, and obviously we tried to give chase, but we found that as we found him, the dad seemed to be trying to get some kind of magical effect that was affecting his daughter under control. Sucks to suck. A magical explosion.
Magical explosion.
A magical explosion happened, and a
I
giant
fucking
creature
love his
made out of
magic
fear,
now.
darkness, and chaos was summoned
I
from the
love
little
this
girl's body. Obviously, giant creature, evil. It's gonna wreak havoc.
That havoc created the literal vision of my worst fears, as the visions the Chaos Gods had sent me are coming true as a creature goes on a rampage, letting loose geysers of arcane energy from the now completely exposed ley lines. We were able to defeat the creature, but the damage was already done. and I was able to see in the distance the Chaos Gods coming out of the geysers and receive the prompt to find their bitch asses.
As you make your way through the town, you see many people trying to escape and some others trying to protect the people and get them to safety. Friends, family, people who you might not even know but look up to you and the other nobles of the city are looking to you for help. One of the people who is helping control the chaos is Kaisen. He lets you all know that Ali is safe and he's doing what he can to help you out as you already see exhaustion in his eyes and blood trickling out of his mouth. He hugs Ali as a sign of encouragement and basically saying, "We got this."
And in a moment of pure fear and adrenaline, I kiss him.
That is an exact quote from your character journal that you shared with me.
I literally did.
So you kissed him?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I don't know. He was dying.
Was it good when he was
We
dying?
make our way through the city when a geyser opens up in front of us.
So was it good?
I don't know.
You
That's one
tell
way
me.
to say it.
It's up to you and Trevin to understand. Was it
Should
good?
I pull the nose? Should I
Whoa.
see the details?
At least- The geyser definitely wasn't Kaisen's because it ended up being my supposedly dead father.
Oh, is that where we are? Hold on.
The battle ensued after some taunts of him and his time being dead. Obviously, he's a little dickhead.
Fucking dickhead.
He
Fuck
became
you.
invisible at will. He wasn't a fear bug, so definitely wasn't that. However, lucky shot, blind shot, almost like a high noon auto hit shot, straight between the eyes.
So,
I knew.
the commotion attracted some attraction, though Perry takes his final breath as we come face to face. I've never been face to face with this man in my life, till now. With that looks like a giant dragon lands right in front of us in the crater with the geyser mode? What the fuck is going on?
Ay caramba!
From my visions, I knew this being as one of the Chaos Gods. He announced that he's Archimon, the astral god of chaos. He asked for my decision on what my stance with the gods will be. I decided to help them control the now shattered ley lines.
After some arguing and questioning from the rest of your party, you all move forward to meet the other gods. The next one you meet is Architect, the material god of chaos. The next one after that was Solkatesh, the chaos god of the arcane. You make similar arrangements with them as you did Arctimin, and then you finally come across the leader of the four gods,
Oh, hell no.
Clemora, the celestial god of chaos. With him is Ali in a meditative state, seemingly absorbing power. He explains that Ali's powers do originate from the chaos gods and helps elaborate what will happen if you become the Pantheon's advocate, and let them redistribute the energy now bursting at the seams. He explains that their new ability to be physically in your realm will have consequences.
We return to assess all the damage as the Chaos Gods work on shutting down the geysers and distributing the arcane. Most of the kingdom has been turned to rubble, and as we make it to the apex of the event in the capital, we reunite with Kaisen, who sees me. We reunite with Kaisen, who as soon as he sees that I am okay, immediately smiles and collapses to the ground. His mask cracked and his mouth a pool of blood. We went to him and couldn't feel him breathing. Dewey tried to bring him back, but he was too far gone. In anger, I found somewhere in private and screamed for Plemora. I berated him on why, despite all his power, he could let his champion die. He asked me to return to my friends, as I'm not the only one mourning. I asked to be smited instead of having to deal with all these deaths. His response snapped me back to reality.
This didn't have to happen.
Oh, there goes gravity.
I recall all of the visions I had, all the different possibilities and options, not one being a singular path, but just options of what could have been. My hatred now moves a bit off from the gods into my own self. I tell him that they should have chosen someone else for this responsibility.
Clemore teleports away and Cassandra gathers the kingdom to announce the damages and council casualties. The list Yeah. The list includes Tarvor, Zetera, and Layla's parents. She then gathers you all to make a plan.
I've replaced Tarvor and I've become head general! Finally, now I can make all the kids run. Running builds character.
Yarman's pretty good with graphs and numbers, so he was put in charge of mapping out the arcane and how it flows without the ley lines providing direction.
Cassandra announces, that in 3 months she plans on opening a school to help people that now have magical abilities learn how to control it. She asked me as Archmagus to be the headmaster. After looking at Allie and seeing her small bit of excitement, I agreed to do it.
And after a 3-month time skip in complete anime fashion, you all reunite to
Which is fast.
Yeah. You all reunite to see the school the day before its first day of the academic year. You see the physical changes not only to your surroundings, but in each other as well.
I swear to God.
However, it isn't all good news as you all have a visit from a masked spellcaster that night and dream of a vision of a draconic deity attacking the kingdom and surprisingly being able to kill the gods of chaos.
What?
Along with other things tying to you all personally, such as for some of you your potential deaths and for others the danger to those you love.
And seeing the chaos gods falling and also seeing Allie in danger as she is becoming a decently powerful spellcaster herself triggered my panic response. I saw her being kidnapped and I knew I had to prevent that.
Well, I am head of security, so I got there ahead of everyone, and I watched as they were getting to their positions, and I noticed a little something that was strange, something that shouldn't have belonged, like a giant centipede that can deflect magic.
These things were from my vision that I saw taking Allie. We were able to push them back, but the fact that they were able to get in the school scared the life out of us. We argued with Cassandra about shutting the school down because we do not want our people being killed by mage hunters. But she said not to, as to not cause a panic after everything that's happened in the kingdom. She decides to brush it under the rug, which you shouldn't do. However, I decided to take matters into my own hand and visit someone I definitely would not want to see ever again.
You decide to go to Ashra's cell. After some arguing and her prying for some secrets out of you, she tells you about the man who visited you being a part of a secret society that pops up every once in a while. If you want info on the deity, however, you might need to turn to the restricted section of the Royal Library. You also were visited by Solkatesh, who tells you very similar stuff about the man, but really can't provide a lot on the deity.
I decided to try and get permission for full access to the restricted section from Cassandra, but after revealing that my sources of info were from Ashra, I was denied. After arguing with her and still getting denied, I decided to just go myself. But I needed a distraction for everyone so I could make my way to the library without my friends coming after me.
So you threw me into a fucking chandelier!
I get into the restricted library after throwing Ashen into a chandelier.
My tail got stuck. My horns got stuck. You didn't think of that at all?
The rope got stuck.
The rope got stuck. He sent some lip dick noodle ass kid.
Don't call my student lip dick! I sent multiple students towards you, and you didn't get out of the fucking chandelier. I went towards this bitch to try to get little ass Allie back. But you couldn't help
You
my...
just focus your students on running. They can't throw a fucking rope.
They have character, they have heart. They were getting you down. Did you get down? Yes, you did.
After 30 minutes.
You got down. I was after... What's your character's name? Pause. What's your character's name? Layla. Pause. I was after Layla. And she said, nah.
Don't think the heat is off of you. Your ass still threw me to a
Your
goddamn
ass is
chandelier.
gross. You threw him into a chandelier, which made I made my students run after him. They had character, but he didn't. His character was whack. I went after you, and you said, nah, you whack.
I threw you into a locker too.
Me?
Yes, you.
You threw me into the locker. I said, motherfucker.
Also, a rope never got his character down. My focus had dropped. That's
My students were there to catch his ass.
He literally.
Don't make them get the pass.
My horn hurts.
Oh my God.
My
His
tail is
horn
scarred.
hurts. His thorn hurts. His fucking soul hurts.
It does hurt.
And my soul hurts because I ran after your ass.
After fleeing and throwing
And me crying.
my teammates, I finally escaped into the restricted
shit.
library to
Hold on.
find a book that would help.
Where we at?
However, Allie showed up and we started arguing about
no.
all that
I don't know how to work
had
an iPhone.
happened. She eventually talked me down and said we needed to leave, but a book on a pedestal attracted her attention. As she approached it, almost in a trance, she grabbed it, and a mage hunter centipede comes out of the portal and grabs her. The portal closes and she is gone. I break down as the rest of my party finds me, and I am restrained and brought in for questioning.
Yeah, because you're sus as hell.
I didn't write this, but she called you mom.
What was your
Yeah.
name again?
Layla.
I was always after Layla's ass. The Archimagus, my biggest op, stole everything from me. My career. She made me nothing but a chump. But I was
My
willing
pride
to
got
serve. Our pride got hurt.
I don't care about your pride.
I did throw him into a chandelier.
And I sent my students after him. He should feel honored.
And
They
obviously-
know
They
character.
didn't get him down.
They know character though. They tried. You ever
Dark
tried?
cross-eyed over there.
Pause. They tried. Billy, Jean, my ones. They all tried.
I'm about to backhand this
I will just state that Gordon's, all of his kids probably hate Barthen because he would just make them run for
They don't
hours.
hate
one.
him.
Probably have giant
No, they
claws.
don't hate him. No, they don't hate him because
PE,
he helped them build character.
PE was all cardio, as all he had them do were laps.
That's good.
And laps.
Now they'll be able to
Even
run
when the
for their
world
lives
was
when they're
falling
about to
down
fucking
around them.
die.
You have to run. He was saying that during an important battle. He would
For
look
real.
at his dudes. Run, damn it!
Run! I set them up to survive. I said, anything happens, now you can run miles and miles
He
and
turns
miles
them
and
into a
miles.
cross-country team.
The canonic lore was they were always running. And
24/7.
They never stopped.
They never
running.
stopped, but they were such good
They
students.
even run
They
in
never
place when they have
died.
to do things.
They did. They were my
Her
messengers.
lore is like they never stopped running laps. They are running laps to this day.
They were literally
They run on
messengers.
treadmills in their sleep.
They do. And listen, you need to learn how to run to survive. Running builds character. You need character to survive. You need character to raise your
Can you shut
children.
his mouth magically?
It's kinda.
Okay, it's chat.
Next turn.
Thank you.
With that, she was doing a bunch of sus shit, so we found her and questioned what happened, we questioned you on what you found and obviously what happened to Allie since she's nowhere to be found. We turned to the book that you took and it starts speaking in Draconic. That's some creepy shit. But my curious mind decides to go forward. However, the book was taken out of my hand by the bitch-ass Omen. He tells us that if we want answers and help solving our problems, we need to visit the deities of the past, present, and future, like the Scrooge guy.
Calm down.
Is that wrong?
No. You all
Specifically,
make your way
Scrooge
to.
McDuck.
You all make your way to the past, and each of you have a vision tying to your origin stories. Past tells you where you can find the next deity, and you also get the name of the dragon god you are trying to stop, Tamuhab.
We run into some members of the cult before we make it to present. They tell us that they have Allie and that she is safe for now. Their leader, who is the one who visited all of us, vanished, and the rest of them jumped our shit.
They're noobs. They got wrecked.
They did.
I saw that one. Sad.
You then make it to present. You see events that have happened recently, many tragic, and some of the vision shows another adventuring party seemingly on a quest for something else.
With some prompting from the visions and some questions that Present was asking, along with a lot of fear and a lot of panic in the heat of battle, I had decided to slip Kaisen's old mask that I've kept on, and I hear his voice. Some of his ties to chaos enhance my magic to help us win the trial. Another aspect of the deity then tells us where future is, and that some of us are holding onto emotions that we need to let go.
You then face future, who shows you visions similar to the ones you had of the ones you had. You had the night the member of the cult visited you. However, some things have changed in them, as well as other details being revealed. You see that adventuring party from your vision with Present, except for the cleric, who you see has died in a cave-in. You make your way back to the palace to come up with the battle strategy with this newfound information, only to find that it has been invaded by the cult.
We got past the patrol and made our way to the throne room, where we saw Cassandra being held hostage by the leader, Cairo. He then slit her throat to complete a ritual and reveals in the shadows of the room 2 giant dragons as we go on the offensive. Do we trust to heal Cassandra as the others deal with the dragon? And I take my favorite dagger, throw it across the room, bullseye,
Full on beat that shit.
into the chest. And the big, bad, scary cult man, yeah, kind of went out like a little bitch.
One shot!
Disintegration.
One shot, ho!
Ryan
Meat
builds
check.
character.
You are able to defeat the immediate threat, but the ritual was already done. Tamuhab was summoned, and he began wreaking havoc on the entire kingdom, because he was big. Godzilla level big.
12 inches type big.
Yeah, we were basically looking at the jaws of defeat. Literally, maybe not literally, but literally, widowily,
Widowy.
the jaws of defeat.
Widowy.
Widowy, the
Wazy.
wittering on the jaws of defeat. Even with the 4 Chaos Gods providing assistance, me being me, I came up with an insane idea of entering the bloodstream of the dragon to detonate a bomb I had built on me. There's a quote I'm not going to quote. I was able to achieve it at the cost of my life. I was turned to a pile of little fairy dust, basically.
I was able to do something that weakened the dragon. I was able to find Allie in Pare's old lab in a state, absorbing a lot of magic, and she was watched over by Ashra, in a mask similar to the one the cult members were wearing. She tried to stop me, as she was also trying to summon a demon through a mirror portal, but I was able to push her back and close the portal with her in it. Allie, however, after absorbing the magic around her, disappears, and I am adorned with a new cloak from the Chaos God Clamora as they take their final moments.
Yep, because they decided in their final moments to grant you all vestiges of some of their power. Ashen received a vestige from Solkatesh. Dewey got one from Architect. Yarman was dead. No.
Yeah.
No, Dewey got the one from Arctiman. Barthen was the one who got one from Architect. But yeah.
Gordon?
I'm sorry, that was so different than what you wrote. I thought it was a completely different
Oh
line.
my god, buddy.
All good.
Okay, hold up, pause. You students keep running, it builds characters. Anyways, back to the important part. With these vestiges, I keep running. we were able to defeat the dragon. Hey, what did I say?
I don't want to run anymore.
Hey, stop talking back.
My legs
My
hurt.
calluses have calluses. My blisters have popped.
But
I got bunions.
I said keep running.
My leg.
But
Poppy, my stumps.
so many.
So
I'm
much.
running on my hands.
Wait, pause. With these vestiges, we were able to create. Yeah.
With these
Jesus,
vestiges.
holy! There's 3 lines to go. Pause. Stop. This is the real cut, Trevor.
There's commas.
Commas. Commas.
Read the commas.
With these vestiges, we were able to defeat the dragon. You keep running, you. But so much of the kingdom was destroyed. And the princess's... Hey, what did I say? You keep running, you filthy, pathetic rookie. Was destroyed. And the princess's body... I know I repeated this. Ooh. Let me unlock my phone.
Was nowhere to be
Was
found.
nowhere to be found.
And because of the predetermined line of succession, I, as the Archmagus, was to be crowned as the active queen until a more sound answer on the whereabouts of Cassandra could be figured out.
The coronation was interrupted, however, by the adventuring party you all saw in the visions from the time deities. They were tainted by dark magic, though. They introduced themselves as the founders and declared that the kingdom had forgotten them and their sacrifices, and that the kingdom would pay the cost.
2 weeks passed and a civil war ensued. Wait, Dewey is in a coma?
We already established.
We have a scouting party mission and it failed and they hung all of our friends?
The list of the people on
Hey, what the fuck? Don't read my line, boy.
Oh, sorry.
And this is the life of D&D.
And that's why I call you Caleb sometimes.
That list included the Were Polar Bear, Omen, and my little guy, Stevie.
How the fuck did the Omen die?
Yeah.
He got hung.
He's a god!
He got hung.
He's
Just a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I feel
He got
like
caught
was
lacking.
more than
He's
that.
just a
He got
changeling.
caught lacking. That's
That's good.
That's
That is how
perfect.
he got caught lacking.
Okay, Zach.
It was a backseat bro.
Out of the walls of a makeshift gallows, the party finds a rotted, reborn druid.
Ratman.
Ratman.
Rotman,
Zombie boy.
Rottweiler.
Zombie boy, me, Darby Nunderland.
Darby Neverland.
You all come up with a battle strategy of trying to find out what the founders are up to. You all split, trying to take back Ashra's old manor and try to stop the paladin who was the leader of the founders down in the lower levels where Pere used to have his lab. Favorite spot among villains, apparently. However, with some magical traps already set, it becomes a fight between the founders and the party.
And my students are still
And
running.
his students are still running.
It was a tough battle, and it looks like y'all were about to face a loss, as the spellcaster tried to twin spell power word kill y'all.
Bitch
the,
move.
Bitch move.
On
Yeah.
God.
The guns.
Not even a player would do that.
Yeah.
Maybe
The
a listener.
gunslinger had an antimatter rifle that was picking you all off hard. But the supposedly dead cleric now in angelic transcendence descends and helps you all win the battle and clear them of their dark magic tainting them. They all make their leave and pass on to the afterlife, but a new portal opens, and out walks Allie, asking for your help on a much bigger problem.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
And that's what brings us to the stories. Tune in to the one shot where my lovely players play their Neulra characters that you have now all met.
Except for him.
Yes.
Tell me. My students.
Are they still ready?
No, they're all dead.
Are they still running?
No, they died in the Civil
The,
War.
the ones that are alive,
Yes.
probably.
What?
If they
I
have
thought them all to
limbs.
run, no matter what. They should all be alive.
Even in death.
I never taught them to fight, just to run.
That's your problem.
No, they should always
That's
escape.
why they can't defend
They
themselves.
should always escape. They my students.
They're my students.
But you will
Running
also
can't-
see these characters in the climactic finale of this arc in War of the Chaosverse. You might recognize Allie and some of these other names in the Monticello Institute of Adventuring campaign. Be sure to continue playing with that, as the War of the Chaosverse is going to be a huge crossover event, basically.
Yay. Yay.
You don't sound excited.
Yay.
Because Alyssa knows of the stresses to come.
No.
So many names to memorize.
I have to write all the notes. Motherfucker. I have to take all of the different streamlines of notes and put them into one thing. I'm literally
Anyways,
reading-
thank you all for joining us on this little previously on vignette. Be sure to check out the one-shots and the main campaigns, as I was the DM of this campaign and the campaigns on this channel, Trev and June. Joined as always by my players who I have been DMing for a while. Please help me. Such as Alyssa Bartos,
Please, I just want to die.
Caleb Went,
You know, it's not the right character, but I have to say it. Same shit, different day.
Gordon Pavlet,
My students will never die. They always run. That's what I tell them. Run, you survive. You survive, you don't die. You die, you dead, bitch.
and Zachary Honore.
I miss my pet rat Cheese.
Cheese.
That is not his name, actually.
His name was Kane. He just
name
was
was
only
Kane.
able to say
I know.
cheese.
But
his nickname
cheese is cheese.
Cheese's
But,
catchphrase.
I have one more thing. I have one more thing to say. You threw me into a fucking chandelier.
A
Lightly.
chandelier.
Likely.
Lightly.
No, not lightly. I got hooked.
Like
You're
Dead
up
by
there for a
Daylight.
while.
Two,
How was the fall?
yes. Two, I guess a little clarification and to remind everyone where you recognize all these voices of. I, of course, announce myself as the DM. Alyssa Bartos plays Layla Gray and Nem
my
Nem
dog.
in Neulra and Nem Nemsters in Monticello.
It's a tragedy.
I only have
Yep.
2 cents of
Caleb
time.
Wentz plays Ashen in his Neulra character and Ghost in Monticello.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yep. Gordon Pavlak plays Barth in
I have 2 cents of die, Zach!
That is very good to know, Gordon. Thank you.
Please,
Yet you flicked my D3! Oh, is it a
The
D4?
D3 does not exist.
D4.
You flicked my D.
Jesus.
D3s do exist in some capacity.
Pause.
But
No,
Yeah.
don't get sidetracked. Finish the monologue.
Yes.
Thank you. Yet you flicked my D.
Not your monologue, his monologue.
What was your point at me?
We have
You-
1 minute.
He flicked my D4.
Gordon plays Barthen in the Neulra campaign and Gadot in Monticello.
I do.
Here's a D3.
And Zach used
This
to
is a
play.
D4.
Zach used to play
D4, it's a
Yaramin.
D3 sides.
Zach used to play Yaramin, but now plays Darby in Neulra and plays Fur in Monticello.
Indeed.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us. Stay tuned for all the different intertwining storylines. My players are right, this is a lot to keep track of. We'll see you next time. Bye.
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 He flicked my dice.